guys. So today I'm starting the new series, continuing with the North Node journey, and we're moving on to North Node in Taurus through the houses. So to give you a little bit of an introduction of North Node in Taurus, I'm wearing my robe because Taurus is about comfort. Taurus is about the five senses. Taurus is about something that feels good, looks good, makes me comfortable, simple, and that feels good to me. That's Taurus. So Taurus North Node. Before we get into a little bit of general idea of Taurus North Node, let's talk about your memories, your experiences from other lives with Scorpio South Node. So Scorpio South Node, guys, it's a tough one. Scorpio South Node, anything Scorpio is tough to begin with because it's so, it's such an intense sign. It's so powerless and yet powerful at the same time. It's so, with Scorpio South Node, just like I mentioned in my Pluto and Scorpio video, there's a lot of trauma, there's a lot of intensity, there's a lot of rage, anger, control, manipulation, you know, anything Scorpio is anything that is uncomfortable to us, ugly to look at, uncomfortable to talk about, taboo, scary, anything that just triggers us and makes us, you know, makes us blush, that's Scorpio. So Scorpio South Node themes from other lifetimes have to do with loss of control, loss of self-worth, interdependency with people, interdependency with people's resources, not relying on yourself. And I don't mean just financial. When I say about relying on yourself, meaning on yourself, like being your own, you know, your own guide, your own support system, your own authority on what you want to do. Scorpio South Node, nothing like that. All involving other people, but not in a Libra kind of way. More so, just interdependency, like completely losing yourself in another because you have no self-worth to stand on your own 2 feet, and because of that, there was no stability at all in your life. No matter if it was your financial, if it was your, you know, emotional, any kind of aspect of your life, there was no stability. So Scorpio South Nodes are always looking and waiting and expecting for the rug to be pulled from under their feet because that's all they know. They know constant up and down. They know drama. They know intensity. They know loss, death, just constantly being on the edge, constantly not knowing what the future holds because you're constantly depending on your circumstances around you to kind of decide your fate, you know. And so not a lot of trust, always, you know, revenge, always kind of expecting the worst from another person because you've been fucked in more ways than once. With Scorpio South Node, anything and everything has been done to you. I mean, on all levels. I'm talking about the worst, the most, the darkest you've experienced it. Because Scorpio South Node is just, it's tough, it's painful, and you're scared. There's a lot of fear. There's no trust in nothing, in nobody. So you're always on edge. You're always kind of mistrusting of people. You're always afraid to somebody to betray you, to lie to you, to hurt you, because you've been through lifetimes like that. Either you did that to others or it was done to you, and that's all you know. So in your lifetime, you're constantly expecting for shit to go wrong, and it's very, very hard for you to relax. But the good thing about Scorpio South Node, what I'm going to say is, because I always end up focusing on like the bad. The good thing is that because you are so enmeshed with others, you are so good at reading other people. You're so good at tuning in to people's motivations. You're so good to, you know what to say to people. You know how to manipulate people. Oh yes, because you've done that and it was done to you. So you're very good at that. You're very good at being a psychiatrist. You're very good at knowing how to push people's buttons. You know what to say or what to do to hurt somebody. That's Scorpio. So that's some of the tools that you use to stay afloat. In this lifetime, you use those tools to kind of be in control because you had complete loss of control before. And so now in this lifetime, you're always cautious, always careful. You're always very suspicious of everything around you because you're like, you know, this is not right. This is not good. And sometimes that's not the case. It's, you know, sometimes it's just in your mind. Your mind's always telling you scary stories. And usually you believe them because Scorpio South Node is like, you know what? I've been through so much shit that it's going to take a lot to convince me that everything is going to be okay. So Scorpio South Node, there will be a lot of testing. There's going to be a lot of you testing other people to see, do they really love me? Do they really care for me? Are they going to leave? Are they going to fuck me over? Are they going to lie to me? Because you have no trust. You have no trust in others. But the key here, and this is how we're going to move into Taurus North Node, is having trust in yourself. Because if you trust yourself, it doesn't matter what happens around you, because you're going to follow your own authority. You're going to follow your own gut feeling. And even if somebody does lie to you, you will feel that and you can just walk away from it. So Taurus North Node, simplicity, no drama, simple pleasures of life, simple good food, simple good sex, simple enjoyment of weather, of nature, of a good meal, simplicity, no drama, relaxation, comfort. What do I want to do today? Taurus does not get out of bed or doesn't do anything unless Taurus sees some kind of benefit. And Taurus does not rush. Taurus takes its time. Taurus knows quality. Taurus knows value. Taurus knows worth. Taurus knows worth in everything because Taurus has self-worth. Now, when we talk about Taurus in the South Node, that's going to be tricky because the self-worth is going to be dependent on other things. But Taurus in the North Node, the key for you guys is discover your own self-worth. So you can stand on your own 2 feet. And when you find your own self-worth, then that's going to reflect in all the other areas of your life. Financial, emotional, all kinds of relationships. Your nature of relationship is going to shift because you're going to develop trust in yourself and then others as well. But it's going to be hard for you guys because you literally have to change the way you think. You literally have to go from suspicion to just, calm and relaxation and not trying to sabotage every time. Because when things do, like, let's say, get good for you guys and there's stability, because more than anything in the world, you want stability. You want stability in your emotions, in the day of tomorrow, in your life, because you're so fucking tired of constant dying and loss and drama. But the key is anytime things will start to feel stable to you, there's going to be that cycle of yours that's going to want to sabotage it and say, it can't be that good. It cannot be drama free. I have to do something, say something, act on something to fuck it up again, because that's what you're used to. You're used to, difficulty. You're used to drama. You're used to pain. So when something is simple and nice and calm, which is what you want, it's all you want. You just want to fucking relax. You're like, I'm tired of drama. I just want to just put on my robe and sit here with a cup of coffee and just watch a good movie. So you're going to have to catch yourself on moments where you want to sabotage your happiness. You want to sabotage that peace in your life. You're going to have to catch yourself and say, I don't need to. It's okay for me to relax. It's okay for me. It's okay for it to be calm and no drama and all that. So, okay. Now let's dive into each house to see, to go deeper in the scenarios surrounding it so you guys can get a better understanding. Okay? All right. North Node in Taurus in the 6th house. North Node in Taurus in the 6th house. So what does that mean? All right, well, let's go back to the beginning and see what South Node and Scorpio in the 12th means. So 12th house, the house of self-undoing, the house of deep wells of stuff. Not cray-cray like 8th house, but 12th house is, you don't even know what's in the 12th house. Because it's so deep, it has so many skeletons, it's scary to dive into. But if you have Scorpio in the 12th house, that means you were not afraid to dive into self-transformation. You were not afraid to get nasty with your own demons, but you got so obsessed with it that you lost control. You got so deep and murky in ideas of spirituality, transformation, that you kind of got lost in that. You really like escape to, Scorpio in the 12th, because 12th house is about, it's because it's so deep and so murky, and there's a lot of things there that you don't even know. And if you're Scorpio there, that means that you freaking just got lost in it and you basically drowned in it. Because with Scorpio there, you're not afraid to go deep. You're not afraid to explore like a psychiatrist, like a therapist, like somebody who explored maybe trauma, explored, came face to face with their demons, came face to face with their cycles. You know, you were your own therapist, you were your own psychiatrist. But because it's in the South Node, that means it swallowed you whole. You lost yourself in that, because those deep waters of self-analysis, of self-reflection, of all of that shit, they swallowed you, and you lost your footing. And maybe you freaking killed yourself, because, you know, Scorpio can be anything. You know, there could be, you destroyed yourself in that. You literally burned to the ground and you were never reborn. You know, it's like you just, maybe suicide too. I mean, we all have suicide in other lives, because everybody went through suicide, because that, you know, once again, it's experience. That's how you learn. So, but I think with Scorpio in the 12th, you got lost. You got lost in your own, in your own dark corners of your mind. Maybe you lost your mind. Maybe you were like, I'm thinking like, a lot of artists maybe would have that, like Van Gogh, or somebody who was so absorbed by their own psychosis, or their own, you know, the story that their mind was telling them, that they got lost in it, and then they just they either killed themselves because they couldn't take it, because it was too dark and too deep and too scary, or they would do maybe a lot of inflicted stuff on themselves, psychological stuff, pain, in order to feel even more, to kind of go deeper and say, well, let's see what happens if I cut my ear off. Things like that. It's where you, because Scorpio is, you know, not afraid of anything. So Scorpio freaking did scary shit to get to know itself. So that's what I would say. 12th house, Scorpio South Node, you did anything and everything to get to know yourself, to really get to know yourself. Yeah, so you probably inflicted a lot of maybe self-destruction, self-abuse maybe. Yeah, because Scorpio in the South Node could be abuse, self-abuse, to kind of get to know that you're alive, or to get to know, to push your boundaries, because 12th house is boundless. It's as deep as you want to go, you can go. And so a lot of times you, more than likely, you did not come out alive. You either, it just swallowed you in, you got lost in it. So you come into this lifetime with very good self-reflection skills, very good skills on not being afraid to be with yourself, with your own demons, because you know what that feels like. And so you could be really good for other people to kind of take them to that route and say, hey, sit with me, I can help you. You know, don't be afraid, let's do this together. Let's dive in together. Tell me your fears, tell me what bothers you. I'm gonna help you, because you know how that feels. You're not afraid to go to the depths of things. Kind of like Scorpio in the 8th house. You know, you're not afraid to explore, to dive deep down and get nasty with your own fears, with your own self-undoing, with your own cycles. And you can help other people to do that. But with North Node in Taurus in the 6th, once again, you're being asked to get away from that obsession of finding the truth about you, I could say, or the obsession of self-analysis, self-reflection. You know, kind of come up to the surface. You know, you're so used to being at the bottom of the well, digging and trying to find, and, you know, just you're so lost in that now you're being asked to come to rise to the top, to rise to the surface, take a freaking breath and say, I don't need to do this. I can just be okay with what I have. I can be okay with serenity and calm, and just, you know, 6th house is about your work, it's about your health, it's about, you know, just simplicity in your everyday. You know, you wake up and not everything has to be analyzed, not everything has to be, you know, examine to the, you know, the nitty-gritty. No, you can just say, okay, you know what, it is what it is, and I don't have to freaking dive in and try to figure it out. You know, there's no depth. Maybe you're done with depth. You're here to kind of enjoy simplicity of you know, having a job and having routine. You know, Taurus likes routine. Taurus likes, you know, it's coffee at a certain time. Taurus likes a certain type of rice that it buys. Taurus likes a certain type of you know, material, clothing. You know, Taurus likes stability. Taurus likes dependency. So Taurus in the 6th house is like, let's just relax. You know, there's no need to overanalyze anything. Let me just focus on the tangible, you know, not so much digging in, but more like on the surface, you know, once again, go into your body, because 6th house, a house of health. So, you know, simplicity, maybe just sitting there and reading a book. Stop digging so much in yourself and stop trying to figure everything out, what's wrong with you. That's a thing. Maybe before you're always like, something's wrong with me, you know, I can do better, I can get this, I can figure this out. Now you don't have to figure it out anymore. There's nothing wrong with you. You're awesome as you are. Focus on the day-to-day simplicity of life. Focus day-to-day simplicity of just waking up and saying, okay, what do I want to do today? All right, let me just do something simple. Let me go for a walk. Let me have simple routines, you know, develop a routine. Develop a simpler way of approaching things, not overanalyzing. Just kind of saying, okay, today I'm going to do this. I'm going to go to the, you know, dry cleaning. I'm going to maybe cook this meal for myself. Once again, simplicity. Slow down. Don't let your mind take you on this journey again of self-reflection. You're done with self-reflection. You're here to feel things the way the Taurus does. You know, maybe get a massage. You know, eat good food. You know, focus on your body. Like, focus on the physical, not so much the spiritual, not so much the self-analysis, but the physical. You know, what makes me feel good in my body? What makes my skin feel good? What makes my body feel good? What makes me feel good? What gives me, you know, looking for stability and looking for ways to bring stability in your life. You know, not looking for you know, drama and catharsis and nirvana. No, simplicity. You know, simplicity, simple music. You know, Taurus, anytime you have a moment where you're just like, I gotta figure this out, just kind of say, no, I don't. Let me just put this nice song on and maybe dance a little bit. Maybe, you know, simplicity in your work, simplicity in your day-to-day tasks, you know. Cleaning your house would be a good one. You know, something that calms your mind, something that brings you peace and calm. And it's going to be little tasks. It's going to be tasks where you're actually using your hands, your eyes, your mouth, your things that bring you to earth. Yeah, things that ground you, things that bring you, you know, being in nature, connecting to, you know, earth. Something that like brings you up to the surface and plants you on earth. You don't want to go deep again. You want to stay on the surface and enjoy everything that's around you. You know, trees, birds, music, arts, you know, massages, things that have to do with the body and simplicity and all of that. Okay? So I hope I explained that, guys. All right. Thank you.